Hey, welcome to this video, guys. All right, oil change, 2004 Honda CR-V LX. It has a 2.4 V-Tec engine. It takes 4.5 quarts with filter, I do believe, of 520 engine oil. Quick, simple job. We're doing other work on the car, so while it's here, we're gonna do a quick oil change. And I figured I'd show you how quick and simple the oil changes are. 2004 Honda CR-V. Okay, for oil, we're doing the O'Reilly Syntec 520, and it is the MicroGuard Select MSL 57356. We're underneath Hayden's car, and he's wiping off the oil filter right now. This is his first time doing an oil change. So he thinks he can do it without getting his hands wet. Let me show where the filter is here. There's the filter. Right there. So, hold on one second, Hayden. He thinks he's gonna be able to do this oil change. Show your hands. Let's see how clean your fingers are. Okay. He thinks he's gonna be able to do this because his friend did his oil filter or oil and got oil all over his hands. So go ahead, Aiden. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. There you go. That's the easy part. Make sure you catch some of the oil. Now that's gonna be full, don't forget. It's gonna be half full. So far, I don't see any oil in his hands.
Flips it upside down.
Tips it upside down, yep, so it drains into the pan.
And the ring is there.
See that little V triangle right near your hand? That's where it goes. There's a little groove. Doesn't matter, it can go anywhere. Not over here.
Like that.
Yeah, so you put it up on there. Okay. So now you can let that drain. Just don't forget, it's going to be dripping all over the place. Did the gasket come off?
Yeah.
The O-ring? You always want to make sure, let me get, all right, stop moving. You always want to make sure this O-ring comes off when you do an oil. Because what happens is it gets glued or stuck up there. So now he's going to wipe that surface off, make sure it's clean. It's okay if there's oil on it, Hayden. You just want to, if there's any crud on the outside of it, just that whole machine surface. Yep. Looks like you lost a little paper towel in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah, see?
See it?
No.
Right there, 3 o'clock.
Did I get it?
All right. Yeah, take another towel and just carefully wipe it. But yeah, it looks like you got it. Just do a nice little wipe, just the machine surface. There you go. Yeah, that's good. You know, this already stopped dripping, so if you want, you could put you can put the new oil filter on while you're up there because it already stopped dripping out of the port. So here's the oil filter. Sorry about my hand holding it, but so the oil filter comes with a cover of plastic on it. And then here, he has another can of new oil. This is the O-ring. You got to make sure that doesn't get stuck up there. So now he's just going to put a little bit of clean oil on this. Just to lube it up a little bit. Yep, just go right around. There you go. Now this filter goes sideways, so you can't pre-fill it. Any oil filter that goes up, like on a Chevy 350 or my 7.3 Power Stroke, the real big filters, are vertical, so I pre-fill them with new oil. All right, here's your filter. So the directions on these, there are directions on them. Hold on, let me show the picture. On the directions, is that it? Yeah. They're all pretty much the same, the oil filters. You basically put them up. Here you go, Hayden. You put them up. They spin on super easy. Yeah, and you want to make sure you don't get dirt on them when you're getting them up in these tight spots. So see how nice and easy it spins? And then as soon as it touches, yeah, and then he just starts cranking it. And you put them hand tight. It's like once they touch, you go 3/4 of a turn more. There you go. That's good. You don't want to go too tight because if you go too tight, that's when you can't get them off. So he did good on that one. So now here's a funny part. Let's see if he can get the oil plug out without getting oil all over the place. All over his hand. He says he could do it.
It's going the wrong way.
Righty, tighty, lefty, loosey. This way.
So it's going the wrong way.
Nope, that's righty. You're going the right way.
Oh.
There you go. Yep. Now use two hands, and you want to break it loose. Drain plug should not be that tight. Should not be that tight. All right, hold on. Go upstairs, go up top, and get a 1/2-inch breaker bar with this size socket. I think it's a 17 millimeter we're using. So he went up top to get a breaker bar. This should not be that tight. I don't know when the last time he had an oil change done. I know I didn't do it, but that should definitely not be that tight. So I did check. It's 15 foot-pounds, size 17 millimeter. That should not be that tight. Who did your last oil change?
I don't know. I didn't.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, I get the wrench out of there so I don't get oil all over my wrench. Now you should be able to just use this if it's still too tight by hand. That is ridiculous. So let's see if he can do it without getting oil all over himself or my pit. Huh. I don't think he did it.
Nope.
Let me see your hands.
Hands aren't that bad.
Yeah. Wow, that's some nasty oil there, kid. All right, well, we got some speedy dry down here we got to pick up. All right, well, he's finishing up, wiping up my stairs that I spilt the oil all over, wiping up the drips from the oil filter. The oil's still draining out slowly out of the drain plug. We're going to give it a little bit of time for it to drain out as much as possible. In another video that we just did, we just replaced the upstream O2 sensor, which is right here. Oh, we got to put the wire in there. I forgot to put the wire up in there. So that's good. This is I think this is called the downstream, and that's the upstream. So that's a whole nother video that we just did. His check engine light was on, his engine, a little picture of the engine was on, and it was code P0135 is that oxygen sensor right there. All right, not bad for his first oil change, I guess. So let's put the drain plug back in. And it is 15 PSI, or 15 foot-pounds, I'm sorry. 15 foot-pounds. It was way too tight to begin with. Like that. So, yep. So we got this set at 15. And we'll get this drain plug in and we'll get this project going. Because after this, we got to do all the brakes, front and back brakes. So here's the 3/8 drive torque wrench we're using. We used the 1/2-inch drive torque wrench to get it out, but we're gonna use a 3/8 drive torque wrench. And I looked it up and it says 15 foot-pounds. So I have this set at 15 foot-pounds. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. 15 pounds is not a lot. There you go. There you go. Okay. And that's it. All right, now we're gonna wipe up the whatever other oil's dripping down here, and then we're gonna go put some oil in up top. Let's pick up all the tools out of here. And then we'll lower it down, we'll check the oil. What did that?
Huh?
Tell me that wasn't all the sockets.
It was all the sockets.
How did the sockets fall by me lower in the car?
I think you've hit something else and it bumped into them.
Ah. Your whole car is cursed, just so you know. Everything about this car is cursed. We're going to need that again. We're going to need that. 1/2-inch drive we're not going to need. 17. All right, so I don't know if you noticed, but I dropped all the sockets when I went to lower the car. Something hit the sockets, and they went all over the place. So we're gonna put roughly 4.5 quarts of oil in. Here's your dipstick. Here's a oil fill, 520. I'm having Hayden do most of the work. This is his car. So the kid at the store says it's 4.5 quarts, 4.44 quarts. So we're gonna do 4 quarts or a little over 4 quarts. Then he's gonna double check it. And we have to start it to fill that filter up because it's horizontal. You can see this dipstick here has 2 holes in it, and it's going to be basically those are your 2 marks. Bottom one is low, top one is full, and you want it in between there. And you really should be right up here, but you definitely don't want any extra oil. And then supposedly most cars, the distance between the low and the full is going to be 1 full quart, but we're going to double check just to make sure, because I did not personally look up the information on the car. The guy at O'Reilly's did. So we have just over 4 quarts in there. Let's see what it reads now in an empty oil filter. And it's just about right here, just below full. So we're going to start this thing up for about 10 seconds, 20 seconds, just enough to prime the whole oil system. And then we'll see what it looks like. So this is a good time. You can go down below and check for leaks. So he just started it. He's gonna go down. The light is still down there. You're gonna check your drain plug for leaks, and you're gonna check your oil filter for leaks, Hayden. Use the light. And the oil filter, you're looking for new leaks on the filter, not the old engine oil dripping. And the drain plug should be nice and dry because you just wiped it off when you put it in.
Yeah.
You're good?
Yep,
Okay. Well, you got like 40 PSI or 50 PSI, so it would be pouring out by now. All right, now you can shut it off. Yeah, see, so there's your true reading is going to be right here. So you're still low. So let's add, it's above the empty. So let's add a half quart and see what that does. You're in the safe zone, but all right, let me look up myself to see exactly what the manual says. We have the owner's manual. Well, as you can see, I'm back underneath the car because I saw an oil leak. See it dripping right there? So I had to come look. Drain plug is dry. Oil filter is dry all the way around. It is actually just a residual oil. It actually filled up. Well, it didn't fill up, but it is now coming from all in here. This frame mount just filled with oil. You can see it dripping off the axle. So that's why I'm back underneath. And then I also noticed AMSOIL when I Googled it myself. It's 4.4 quarts, which we got in there. So the oil level's fine. And earlier I said this was 15. AMSOIL says this engine, this car is 33 foot-pounds. So I just tightened up the drain plug to 33 foot-pounds. So make a note of that. 33 foot-pounds according to AMSOIL on their website for this car. And 4.4 quarts with filter. All right, so I just came up from down bottom. I looked at AMSOIL. I looked on the website myself, and it's 4.4 quarts with a filter. He's going to check it again, and I think we're pretty much right on there. It's 4.4 with the filter, and it's 4.2 without an oil filter. 520. But I misspoke when I was down bottom before. We tightened up the drain plug to 15 foot-pounds, and I double-checked, and it came out. Yep, there's your oil right there. It's perfect. It's right to the full line. So I double-checked, and it's actually supposed to be at 33. So I went down there and just tightened it up to 33 foot-pounds while I was wiping up the oil drip that was down there. All right, well, this is done. 2004 Honda CR-V oil change. Should have taken like 10 seconds. But this is Hayden's first oil change that he did himself. So he learned, we learned, got it done, and now we have to do the front brakes and the back brakes. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out some of the other videos. Eventually there'll be the brakes, and there's going to be an O2 sensor video of this car on there also. Thanks for watching.